The doctor's voice was barely audible, but she gave it to me straight. The lab results are back. The tests are positive. You have cancer. Have a nice day. She didn't say the last part. Now, you might think that when I just got delivered my personal death sentence, that I would plunge into this cycle of despondency, despair. I didn't plunge into anything. In fact, I felt sorry for her. Can you imagine having a job where on Sunday night, you got to go to bed and you're going to get up, go to work Monday morning and tell a whole bunch of people they're going to die? I mean, calling people up and telling them they're late on their credit cards, one thing, but telling them they're going to die, that's just a whole new level of awesome. I mean, how do you get ready for this? Like, let me see. Do I give it to them straight? Do I soft sell it? No. I know what we're going to do. We're going to play my famous 3 adjectives game. I'm going to give you 3 adjectives to describe your situation, and then we'll figure it out. Okay? You ready? This is going to be so much fun. All right? Here's your 3 adjectives. Grim and hopeless. Do you see what I did there? I tricked you. There's only 2 adjectives. So that's how it started for me. One moment, I'm a happy, healthy, horny Libra male, gonna fornicate forever. The next moment, I'm on the Autobahn to eternity, 3 tumors, no waiting, growing like a millennial's credit card debt. Now, when you're diagnosed with stage 4 cancer, you learn a lot about science. I hated science. I was terrible at science. I was so bad at science that in the 7th grade, I copied my entire science fair project out of the World Book Encyclopedia. Word for word. I plagiarized it. It was called Our Friend the Rabbit. My teacher called me and she said, Ziggy, this isn't even about science. It's about rabbits. I said, hold on a second. Rabbits are carbon-based. Carbon's on the periodic table. It is too about science. She gave me a C. All right, I just lied to you guys. She gave me a C minus. All right, I just lied to you again. I got a D. By the way, the kid who won the 7th grade science fair project was named Patrick Dennis Brady. And Patrick Dennis Brady built 2 computers that spoke to one another on a laser beam in 7th grade. I was like, dude, you're making me look really bad here. By the way, there is justice in the world. A few short years later, Patrick Dennis Brady jumped off of an 18,000-foot peak in the Andes Mountains during a 48-day beet juice ayahuasca cleanse. But I digress. When you are diagnosed with cancer, you learn about science very, very quickly. The first thing I learned about science was that when the chemo nurses come into the room holding the giant bags of chemo juice and they're wearing yellow lead-lined gloves, which go up to their C4, you are baked, okay? And I said to Jennifer, the head chemo nurse, I said, Jennifer, what's up with the yellow lead-lined gloves? She says, I can't get any of this on my hands. It'll burn right through, eh? She was Canadian. So my first thought was, oh, this is great. So the plan is you're going to pump me full of stuff so toxic we couldn't send it back to Chernobyl, and this is going to make me better? Is there a plan B? Now, the second thing I learned about science is that the reason most of these doctors studied medicine is they didn't have the personality to become CPAs. They are rolling me into a 7-hour surgery, which may kill me. I'm lying on this table, and the doctor says, Mr. Klett, do you have any questions? I'm like, dude, I really appreciate the gesture. okay? But what questions could I possibly have at this point that are going to change the outcome of this procedure? I mean, like, you're going to use a really sharp knife now, right? And you're just going to cut these tumors out. Like, you're not going to cut my foot off or anything. I don't want to end up on 60 Minutes. But I couldn't resist. I couldn't resist. I said, "Doctor, come closer." He leans. I said, "Doctor, come closer. Come closer." He's right here. I said, "Any questions at all, right?" He said, "Yeah, any questions at all." I said, "Do you think the Apollo 11 moon landings were faked?" Nothing. No response. But Jennifer, the Canadian chemo nurse, she exploded. "Oh my God," she says, "yeah, all of those moon landings were faked, hey?" So my last thought as I entered a 7-hour surgery, which may kill me, was, oh, this is great. I've got a Canadian conspiracy net chemo nurse running the show, and I've got an alpha male surgeon with no sense of humor. I am screwed. Now, for 7 hours, I was gone. For 7 hours, I left the planet. And when I was gone, I met and spoke with God. He looks and sounds like Truman Capote. And I said to him, "Are you taking me?" And he said, "Not yet." And I said, "Do you have a plan for me?" And he said, "Of course. Of course." By the way, he's got a beautiful place. It's about 30 minutes north of Traverse City, small vineyard, 70, 80 cases a year. I'm not going to lie, the Cabernet was a little young, but hey, he's God. He's got time. And I became a little vexed, and I said to him, "Are you going to answer all of my questions with a 2-word response?" And he looked at me and went, "Go back. Go back." And so I descended back into my body. I descended back into my corpus. And when I woke up, it was completely dark and totally silent. And I thought for a moment that I had died. And just as I reached the cusp of absolute terror, this woman's face appeared right here. Her face was right here. And I said, "Are you Satan's whore who's come to seize my soul for the horrible life I've led?" She says, No. My name is Jillian. I'm your night nurse. Don't forget to fill out your survey. You have no idea how relieved I was that I was not in hell. You have no idea how relieved I was that I was not in hell, because the Jesus I was raised with was not the nice little, "Oh, we'll just put a bumper sticker on the van and everything will be fine." No. The Jesus I was raised with was a punishing Pentecostal prick. And if you played, you paid. And believe me, I played. I smoked, I drank, I gambled, I fornicated. Then I got into junior high school. I was raised that when I died, I would be met by Jesus or some of his personal representatives, and I would be judged for eternity. Eternity is a long time. Almost as long as the time it takes for Comcast to call you back. almost as long as the time as it takes for the guy in front of me at Walgreens with an expired driver's license, expired coupons, can't speak English, to cash a check. Almost as long as the time it takes my beloved Carrie to order dinner. Now, is this arugula organic? Because if it's organic, I'm fine. But if the arugula is inorganic, it's going to give me horrible lower GI. I'm like, baby, I don't think he needs to know that. Okay, so why don't you just order the special? Well, what is it? Well, I don't know. That's why they call it the special. Now, the first thing I really noticed when I woke up from a 7-hour surgery was my wound. It was deep, it was dark, it was desecrating. And as I looked down at it, I thought, you know, I came in here with a 2-pack. Now I look like a botched experiment. And when you have a wound that deep, they can't just close you up with suture. They got to put these big metal staples all the way down your stomach. I look like the Union Pacific Railroad track from Denver to Salt Lake. Now, those of you who are good with the calendar have already figured this out. I was diagnosed with stage 4 cancer in January of 2019. I am a proud member of the cancer graduating class of 2024. And not to brag, but I am on track to be the valedictorian of my cancer class. I'm already working on my valedictory address. Today, tomorrow, maybe. I say maybe because the numbers are grim. 87% of my class will not be attending graduation. They will be dead. Now, in the 59 months that I've been in this battle of 60 months, I only almost quit twice. The first time I almost quit, Carrie and I were walking into the William Beaumont Hospital, the Rose Cancer Center in Detroit, Michigan. It was the middle of November. Anybody been to Detroit in November? It's like Russia, except there's only one time zone. It's snowing, sleeting, gray, no sun. I weigh 138 pounds. I'm pissed off, I'm depressed, and I sat right down in the middle of the parking lot and I said, I quit. I quit. Carrie says, Ziggy, you can't quit. I said, really? Watch. Why can't I quit? She said, you can't quit because you were raised in the Jesuit philosophy. You were raised in the Jesuit faith, which is a beautiful philosophy. It says the Creator gives us the gift of life. Our gift back to the Creator is what we do with that life. Deuteronomy chapter 30, verse 19. Choose life. Choose life. Now, I want you to get your ass up off that asphalt, go up to the 3rd floor of the Rose Cancer Center at the William Beaumont Hospital in Royal Oak, Michigan, and you let Jennifer, the Canadian Conspiracy Net chemo nurse, jack you up. So that's what I did. The second time I almost quit, I went on a 4-mile run with colostomy bag. I loved that colostomy bag. I even gave it a pet name. I called her Jackie O. Hey, even when you're dying, you get to have some fun. I went on a 4-mile run. I got back to my brother Chip's house. By the way, running with a colostomy bag is not painful. It's very lilting and tilting and shuffling and slow. And I came back from a 4-mile run. I walked into my brother Chip's house and I said, I'm done. Look at me. I'm not even a man anymore. Look at what they've done to me. I can't run anymore. I can't eat. I'm done. I quit. Now, you got to understand one thing. My brother and I grew up 87 miles from Green Bay, Wisconsin. If CRISPR technology could take a snapshot of our number 12 chromosome, it would be a picture of Aaron Rodgers. I said, Boof, why can't I quit? He said, because if you quit, you die. And if you die, the next time the Packers make the Super Bowl, who am I going to watch it with? Now, let's do a little bit of math. I'm 59 months into a 60-month program. Let's take 59 and make it the numerator. Let's take 60 and make it the denominator. Divide it out, we're going to get a decimal. It's decimal point 96666. We multiply by 100. I'm 96% home. And I'm going to make it, and nothing's going to stop me. And every day that goes by, I become the victor and cancer becomes the vanquished. And every day that comes by, I become the baddest whammy jammy in the world. Not quite as bad as Mike Tyson, but pretty bad. And when I get to day 0, you know what I'm going to do? Do you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to go find Jennifer, the Canadian Conspiracy Net chemo nurse. I'm going to take her out for a Molson, a bowl of poutine. We're going to watch the hockey game. And we are going to dance.